Hello, and welcome to Spooky Saturday, October the 25th. I'm late in the month again this year. Sorry. Some of the stuff has been out there for about a week now. I was going to do this last Friday, but then it was like I fell asleep, didn't get it done Friday, and then Mom was here Saturday. And then I found out I was almost out of mounting tape. These fucking things. As you see, I had little strips or whatever. I might have cut them. I can't remember if I cut them or not. If they were like full size. I think they might have just been these little squares. I don't know. But now I've got a roll. It should be the same thing, just in roll form instead of strip form. And that was part of my problem with buying them at the store, was the ones at the store kept saying permanent. And I'm like, I don't need permanent. I just need something, well, now for a couple weeks. 2 weeks, week and a half, whatever. These don't say, I wasn't sure. I was like, well, I don't think mine ever said permanent. And no, they're just extra thick. And then so I thought, oh, I'll just buy some when I get to work. And then it turned out we didn't sell that anymore. So I had to get it online. And I had to wait until Thursday for it to come in. And then yesterday, Friday, I fell asleep again. I guess Thursday I fell asleep while I was waiting for the tape to get here in the mail. Because I was like, oh, I could just do it Thursday when it gets here. The mail got here. The mail gets here like in the afternoon or whatever. I was out by then. There's a lot of sleeping going on. A lot of sleeping. Sorry. I've been doing a lot of overtime at work as well, working Fridays. I had a doctor's appointment at the beginning of this month, which took me out of town for a few days. If you're keeping up with that, I don't know if I mentioned it last year, the blood clots in my lungs. Yeah. Everything looks to be going fine with that, so we're cool. This doctor's appointment was my 6-month update, or 6-month visit, whatever. And it was basically, how you doing? Good? All right. Pay me $75. So anyway, so the month has been busy. Unfortunately, one of Mom's cats died. So I had her down here a weekend. I invited her down to kind of distract her and, give her something to look forward to. So it's a busy beginning of the month. And then, like I said, I was going to do this a week ago, and it's kind of like boom, 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 boom. This thing after that thing after that thing happened to where I wasn't able to do it. But, like I said, most of it was done. I just had to wait for the mounting tape to get here to finish it. Of course, I didn't do the masks in the window either. I just did that today. So I got lazy. I could have done that at any point. But anyway, you don't want to hear me talk about it anymore. You want to see it. So here we go. It is homecoming. If you hear boom, da-da-boom, 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 and maybe even the sirens. Yeah, it's college homecoming. So that's where all the noise is coming from. Of course, this guy's got to be on the door. But he has a friend this year. Yeah, a little evil zombie raccoon. I got him at Spirit Halloween in Milwaukee. So he's kind of a, and I collect raccoon stuff. So he's kind of a keepsake, collecty thingy. So hopefully he doesn't get taken or somebody's dog run off with him or something. And then we got Frankenstein busting through the wall this year. I got him at a grocery store called Harps. So him and something else over here. Oh, I know what it was. I remember now. And of course I've got my ghosty grudge girl and the ghost children peering out at everyone. And then I have, I think I had him hung up last year. He's maybe a little drunk. I don't know, a little leany. And you can see the boxes, they're holding him up. Shangela was, who was the other one? Oh, I can't see, but it was probably Adore Delano. I think I got in the 2 drag race Funko Pops at the same time. So that's who's holding him up right now, or at least the boxes they came in. And you gotta be careful. Look very carefully, because sometimes there are some details you might miss. And I don't think you can miss the bloody hands, maybe. I don't know. I got another set of these. I don't remember where I got them. Maybe I got them in a Spirit Halloween too. Maybe I got those at Spirit Halloween too, maybe. I don't know. But I got another witch. Another witch. She actually lights up and goes hee 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 hee. Oops. She did it again when I bumped her up against the window. But of course I don't have her set off to do that. But I got her in St. Ignace on vacay day this year. Because we stopped off at the Dollar General in St. Ignace because we were trying to get to Mackinac City, go across the 5 Mile Bridge. You know, Big Mac Tack, whatever. And they were doing construction and we weren't sure we could get across the bridge. So we stopped in Dollar General there to ask if they knew if we'd be able to get across. And I saw her in the window and I'm like, I have to have her. And then now here's some mascuses in the window. I don't really like exactly how he's hanging, but I figured since he's only going to be up for like a week and a half, no biggie dealy. I don't remember, I think I had to have used him last year because he had some stuff on his edge, some fishing line that I tied somewhere to something. I don't remember where he was last year. I kind of planned on rewatching my video to figure out where I had him last year, what I did with him. I don't know, but I've also got in this window these guys. The devil made me do it, man. And I actually forgot about this one until I went in there to put the masks in the window. I saw that thing hanging there and I'm like, oh, I need to put the little demon-y thing in the window. I thought somehow I had used these to hang up those masks last year. But it turns out it was pretty easy. I just tied them to the thing because that guy, the devil, I think already had some string on the top of him. So I just used it again to tie him up there. So that guy's tied there, and that guy's tied the best he can be tied, I guess. I'm not going to worry about it for a week and a half. And then the clown, I tied him all the way up here, which kind of, I didn't take into account the fact that it kind of gets in the way of me shutting the blinds in here, the curtains. But luckily, this one can just do a little extra work. And then, of course, I have, you may see his head, this guy. He's actually supposed to be on a fence. Yes, he's actually fence face. Michel Visages de Clotortor or something. Clotortus, something. But so he's supposed to like go over a fence, and he has these little things that are supposed to go on the hands, but they didn't look like they would work. So I came up with something else. And I wasn't really sure exactly how I was going to put him here to kind of give that same effect. Kind of, you know, like he's peering over a fence or whatever. But I really like the way he turned out. Because, of course, he's, you know, on the inside. And then I just used the mounting tape. And this is how I ended up running out. Was I had to use mounting tape on his little hands to put him here. So that and they haven't blown away yet. So I guess that's good. They're still there, at least for now. And one last thing, this is what I had to wait for the mounting tape, because, you know, I have the web that I put up, and of course you can see kind of something. I wanted to try a little something this year and see if it worked, and it did. I've got a big-ass fucking spider in my web this year, and of course he ended up using a lot of my mounting tape. I bought him a couple years ago, I think, or last year or something, but I wasn't really sure what to do with him. And then this year I thought, well, fuck it, I'll try to put him in my web. But he doesn't really hold he's holding okay right now, but he has to get like through the cloth to get to the brick to hold him in. And actually that became an issue with his thorax, because I came out to check to see about the masks and if I liked the way they looked in the window or not, and it had like flopped forward. But I came up with the solution to that. I had to snip he had a little hangy thing, and I had to snip it. Goodbye, Loop. So now he's tied to the web back here, so that he shouldn't flop forward on me, hopefully, since that mounting tape didn't work, but at least the legs stayed when he flopped over. I knew this shot was going to be a lot easier to get with the stepladder. And so far, it looks like that's going to work, and maybe the mounting tape is going to hold the rest of him in, and hopefully it holds all of that up. I kind of wish I could get him to where he's looking out, because he has these cool, like, red eyes that are very neat. I think those would shine in the darkness very well, but maybe I'll figure out more about that next year. And I think you can't really see the black web. So maybe I need to get like some actual, like the cotton, the regular like white spider web, and put that up so that he's, the web at least is more noticeable. I'm pretty sure you can see him. But yeah, this is what the whole rigmarole looks like this year. And like I said, you can't really see him unless you get in there close. This is the thing that skull is from. You may remember, I can't remember what I ended up doing with him last year, because I tried to glue him back together and it did not work, but I think I was able to like stick his neck in here and just kind of, put him there, and it worked for whatever. I think he was like clawing at the window or something. Hey girl, hey, from last year. Hey girl, girlfriend, High five. Minxie's exploring the open closet. But yes, that's where. But I figured I could, just kind of at least fit the, fit the little skull in there, so he's kind of like peeking out over the corner, or the edge. So I thought that looked kind of neat. If I couldn't use the whole thing, might as well utilize part of it. But he's there waiting to take a bite. Maybe. So I filled up the windows pretty good this year, I think. So, and now, like I said, kind of venturing off into, some new territory here. So maybe I'll have to get something for over here next year. But, that's a year from now. So, and hopefully not being done at the last minute. So yeah, there you have it. Finally. I think it disappeared on me. It said 29 minutes. Hopefully it's still 29 minutes. Anyway, I just need to finish up what I'm saying. But yeah, the only things that I did today were the spider web and the masks hanging there. And the ghoul in the window down there. The orange thing, the orange pumpkin ghoul thing, was already up in that window. And did I have something? Well, and the fence hanging, or the peeking over the fence guy. But yeah, everything else has been out there for at least a week, maybe a little bit longer. But since I was waiting on that friggin' mounting tape, man, it took sleeping, and everything. So oversleeping, shit happens, definitely. But at least I got it out there, 2 weeks, or, a week, 2 weeks, a week. It's next week, isn't it? Yes, because Gail and Sean, and Angela, of course. Angela goes where Gail goes. Or maybe Gail goes where Angela goes. Maybe that's the way it works. I don't know. We're going to go out to, there's a local garden here called Powell Gardens, and we are going to go to the dark forest. And Sean and I are actually going to go to the fire feast that they're having beforehand. So that's on Halloween. We're going to do that on Halloween night. So I'll have the video of that too here in a week if you want to come back and check that out. That's another spooky kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. I've never been to the dark forest, but I think there's a lot of, like, I don't know if they're scare actors. I don't know. It's a dark forest, and it's going to be dark and a forest. So on Halloween. So, but yes, that's next week. So at least I finalized. The other stuff has been up for, like I said, like 2 weeks or something. So it's at least been up there for a minute. But yeah, that's your Halloween decorations for this week. Finally, Josh, I got it for you. Sorry I made you wait so long. And anybody else who I made wait, because I know there's some people who, check out the Halloween decorations every year, and I appreciate it. Thanks for coming back. Even if it's the only video you watch once a year, cool. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good display this year, since I made a good use of the space that I had. I filled it up pretty good, I think, this year. But anyway, other than that, I got a question of the week to answer too. So thanks. Keep it spooky. Have a good Halloween, and I shall see you for what I see ya. Boo. Now I'm gonna get these goddamn shoes off.